And good evening, you beautiful souls. Welcome to another evening satsang. It's actually going to be our last one of 2021. So, with that being said, we're diving right into our theme this evening, and it's releasing that which really holds us back, letting go of everything that doesn't serve us. In times of transition, when we're beginning these new cycles with this coming year of 2022, it's important to really reflect and look back and heal. Most importantly, to acknowledge and fully liberate those past energies that are still causing present turmoil, ultimately healing those wounds of the heart so we can transcend to the beautiful future and dance the unknown. So get your last few wiggles out, go and shake it out. And we're going to go and get started here. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, take a nice deep inhale with each sound of the bowl as it rings. And as you exhale, transform it into a powerful yet gentle om, as if releasing a sigh of relief. Allow each breath to take you into a deeper state of relaxation and calm. Every release in your exhale alleviates more tension within the joints, the muscles, relaxing the body entirely. I lovingly invite you into the space of the heart, that throne, that source of our beingness itself, that light of love in which we are. With this final tap of the bowl, shift your attention fully to the sound as it rings and fades into silence. So to allow the internal chatter and phenomena of the body to settle, to slip away back into the silence and emptiness from which it came. We must come to recognize that this process of healing, of transmuting energies that no longer serve us, and moving from and beyond past pains that hold us back in present moments, it can only arise when we fully love the experience, the knowing of it, the recognitions from it. It's a full-on acceptance of everything in which we've experienced. Letting go of the rumination and the many games of who, could, would, and should, and transcending into the effortless knowing, the acceptance, the surrender of what is and what was. But look at this act of self-love and the very nature of it. for it's an expression of openness. Being vulnerable and open with ourselves. It shines and smells like humility, and the aroma feels and smells like accountability. It's recognizing that the healing can only begin when we seek the healing within. There is no such truth as a healer in this world, but rather beings who point others towards truths that they know within their own heart already. But this beautiful experience, this dance of life in which we share perspectives, can always evoke and inspire at the subtlest of moments the inspiration to awaken to something deeper within ourselves. So we ourselves, in truth, are the healers in our own experience. For the capacity only lies within our own heart. So first and foremost, in letting go of any old energy or any stagnancy, transmuting anything in this experience, we must first come to the one step that matters: self-love. The first step for many is different. Sometimes it's the acceptance. Sometimes it's forgiving ourselves. It matters not how you experience that in which you seek to move forward from and transcend. Whatever expression of love you need for yourself. Pour it onto your own beingness. Take a moment to speak internally, externally, to think and ponder upon the love you know you need for yourself. For in this space of transmuting energies, we must come to learn how to hold space for ourselves. Only then can our light shine bright to truly dance the dance it's supposed to. Take a deep breath here, filling yourself up from the navel to the crown of the chest, all the way up through the crown of the skull. Envision yourself filling up each and every cell with white light. And as you exhale, flush away and wash away any stagnant energy within you, envisioning a dark cloud. And as it's expelled through your exhale, know that it's being recycled through this ether and ocean of energy in which we live in. Again, take another deep breath here. A long and slow inhalation as long as you can, until every cranny and nook of the beingness is filled with light and love. And through this process, you begin to cleanse your own energy system, to ground yourself, to obtain center. And as you again release more and more tension and negative energies and blockages, take one more final deep breath here. As long as you can, simply hold this inhale. Begin to shift away from the focus of the body and into your imagination, allowing the body to resume the breath comfortably as it needs. You sink deeper into your own inner vision, your own inner sight. It's here you begin to walk from a clearing into an open field, You begin to look around and see the scenery of your own choosing, whether it be tropical views or foresty mountains, or the hills and dunes of a desert, it matters not. You begin to walk out to the center of the field. And as you get there, you begin to dig. And it's in this process of digging we reflect upon the past. Every push of the shovel reveals another memory. Looking back into the moments which cause us pain, letdown, regret. It matters not that which arises in your digging. For it's this journey deep within the heart of our own being that we must explore to fully let go and transcend. As you keep digging in this field, the one anchor of the heart that currently still weighs at you the heaviest comes up to your beingness and your awareness. And as you continue to marinate in this experience, the pain, the one energy in which you seek to let go, liberate, and transmute, you continue to marinate in it, allowing the waters to well up from this hole in which you dug. It's not a reliving of the pain. It's a looking back from the perspective and knowing of your beingness now. Allow the waters and the wells of energy within your own beingness to rise and continue to rise and swell up. For it's here we give our own gaze, our own awareness, the affection to our younger self, the past version of ourselves that experienced that, which currently impacts us today. And as you continue to pour love onto that younger version of yourself with the knowing of what you know now, that hole you began to dug has turned larger into a puddle and more into a pond. As the water keeps welling up, it grows larger and larger and larger, and as you continue to look within your own heart and giving yourself that love you need. That once barren field begins to flourish into a small oasis. For it's this inner looking within your own heart, at any moment's choosing, you can make the choice to provide love for yourself, to yourself. And let go of that which doesn't serve you. We manifest that in which we experience as a ripple of the past, echoing into the present. And in order to end the cycle, we must look at its origin. And regardless of what the plight, what the strife was, The solution to anything that we can give ourselves is love. For love is the only means that provides an outlet in the road to liberation, to transformation, and to happiness. But as is in this experience, everything is an expression of love. Direct your gaze inwards again towards your present self. With each breath, you feel that light shining brighter and brighter in the heart space. If you aren't yet, allow yourself to smile. And simply breathe in the love. For in truth, it is ever present, and its power is always at our fingertips to wield and use. But just as love is, we must be open to receive it, especially for ourselves. And when you fall in love with each moment, every breath is a magical gift. Hold each moment, every slice of now in this experience in which we live, as sacred. Fix your attention towards that in which you seek to transform and liberate yourself from. If there had to be one change in your experience, at the flip of a switch, what would it be? Come to know that the fact it comes to your beingness and your awareness is the fact that the switch is already turned on. But just as the giant lights to a stadium, they take a moment to turn on. Lovingly embrace the journey before you. For life will unfold its beautiful dance, how it sees fit. But a life lived through love is one naturally in alignment with life, especially when that love is geared towards the reverence and sanctity that is this human experience. When you hear the next tap of the bowl, again, take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, transform into a powerful Om. As you release the tensions of the past and proclaim the heart for the future. As you give your full awareness and presence to the now. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. And thank you so much for tapping in. Now, the one thing that comes to mind in terms of this coming era of change is to fully recognize that the solutions to nearly every problem we're going to be faced with can only arise through the lens of love. And the first true step towards self-love and healing and awakening, ascension, whatever people want to call it, this inner looking, it starts through humility. That vulnerable, open, loving expression of surrender for ourselves, to look at everything we do honestly and ask ourselves the questions like, have I really tried my best? I know personally, and I know not many that can really say that we have. And I think that's the true essence behind this human experience. We have so much potential at our fingertips, but do we utilize it? Are we really fully loving ourselves in that sense? There's a magical happening that arises when we give ourselves the space to ask ourselves these types of questions and to really look with that loving honesty. Because we can't fix anything if we don't recognize there's a problem. And that's the most important part about this digging in the field of the heart. Looking within our experience and realizing that certain behaviors and things that we do in the present stem from somewhere, but where? And that's the important thing to look at. Because until we give ourselves the space to lovingly explore the origins of the many things we do that cause us strife and angst, those patterns and cycles are going to keep repeating. There's so much value that we can put into a human day, a life, our experience. And if someone asked you, how much money would you take to have today be your last day on earth? That number is going to be ridiculously high up there for a lot of people, most of us. But are we living with that same type of sanctity that some treat and approach with money and wealth? How much is your life worth? Don't you deserve to live lovingly and happily? It starts with the healing, and it starts with that inner looking and recognizing that until we fully embrace and love those past pains, the version of ourselves that was experiencing it is going to be hurting. Because when we bury deep those remnants of our past pains and try to act like they don't exist and don't actively try to comfort that past self, that wounded child within is always going to express itself as some type of shadow of the divine energies in which we express naturally. And that's the magic sauce here in terms of transmuting energies, is you have to treat it with love first. Hold space so you can actually create the bridge. And with that, everything's easy. Because everything's just a game of love. So, with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you, and I love you so much. I'll see you in 2022. In the meantime, be sure to tap into all the cool different full spectrum meals and fun satsang happenings. There's plenty of content, literally hours and days worth of meditation. So tap in and enjoy. It's all a gift. It's all just me chatting in front of a screen, and you're about to see it again next year. So get ready for some more songs and cool stuff going down on Full Spectrum Performance. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all the holidays and things. And most importantly, I love you. Peace.